Hey guys, Chris Milani back, and today is actually a pretty special day, and hopefully all of you are going to be having a fantastic Christmas this year. But anyway, yeah, it is interesting because this is actually going to be my first ever review, not for a figure, but for a bike. I finally got Battle Hopper! Took me almost a year to get for the order to come in, but man, it was a year worth well spent because now this guy has full antennas. He has full antennas and red eyes. He is now a Kamen Rider Black Sun. But yeah, which I want to go over the special things that I already have on this guy for the most part, but for the actual bike. But let's just move him out of the way and then we'll get to the bike real quick. Alright, and now here we are with Battle Hopper. Now, this thing is not going to get much articulation as some people would like, but then again, it's a bike. It's not supposed to be like the original Battle Hopper where it just drives itself. No, you're supposed to have the actual rider on it in order to drive it, which is something that I like. I mean, yes, Gorgum the Cult created the Battle Hopper and then it helped out Black Sun. And sometimes I like to reimagine some of those scenes, but with this Battle Hopper. Anyway, let's kick off the kickstand real quick, and let's look at this thing. I mean, for the most part, it is a very, very beautiful bike. As you can see, it has different like stuff here. I think this is the gas cap. The speedometer, I think, is right here. Both handles with brakes, and then speedometer, and then I'm not really sure what this is, but yeah. And back here, probably for the key. Not 100% sure, but yeah. And here is the exhaust on the back of the bike. Both wheels can actually spin. And actually, I like this very, very dark green coloring that they put on this bike. It is very cool, and I am here for it. Especially with the hydraulics here and here of just being unpainted silver plastic and metal, but that's cool. And yeah, I mean, you see some of the actual engine workings here and over here. But other than that, not really much can be said. It does have a little kickstand, so you can actually have Battle Hopper rest there, or you can use this little stand here and then just have Battle Hopper actually stand right there. Now the eyes, I like the eyes, and I like how this actually is almost reminiscent of Kamen Rider Ichigo. At least that's what I see when I look at this thing, especially for the little markings right here, which is very Ichigo and Nigo-esque. And the eyes are a beautiful red, and yeah, since it can only turn this way, and that way it can't move up, or, well, you can move up if you do this, but still. In terms of on its own, not really much can be done with this guy, which I'm okay for. Still thinking about if I should get Cyclone. I'm definitely going to get Nigo after the Christmas season, but I'm still wondering. And yeah. And we're going to go on to the accessories besides the two kickstand things that are here. Mainly because you get a clear stand from if you actually use a clear stand instead of the little stand pieces. You can actually like have the bike sit almost flush and then make it seem like that Black Sun is riding on it. I've done like a few photos of this thing with the stand with Black Sun on it, and it looks amazing. Now let's go into the actual accessories that this bike comes with for Black Sun. Alright, and as you can tell, Battle Hopper came with the Black Sun head with the actual red eyes, which is the head I'm going to keep on this thing now for the rest of my life. Because the black eyes, they look okay, besides mine had a broken antenna, but that's besides the point. However, this thing just, it looks better, and you can actually, if you see closely here, come on, focus, yeah, there we go. You can actually get the actual chest plate for where it has his mark, rather than just a pure black one. Which, personally, I like. Because it looks like it actually completes this figure, besides of this part, which I am usually going to have it off, but yeah. Other than that, you actually do get 2 separate hands. You get these hands that are specifically made for the bike, where you can actually put the figure on the bike and then make it seem like he's actually using the brakes. Both of them or just one. Yeah, I even used the item holding hands for this guy on the bike, and it still worked greatly. So yeah, which means I get to show you what this guy looks like on the bike. And here we are, we got Battle Hopper right here, ready for demonstration purposes. Now, you actually want to pull the legs down so that you can actually get it up to the point. It may look silly when I do this, but yeah. Where it looks like he's actually a grasshopper going boing, boing, boing. And then you turn the bottom part of the legs in ever so slightly. And one thing that the instructions do say, and don't worry, I almost thought I was going to break this figure, but you are not going to, because this guy is like very resilient. And bam, you just have to adjust his own waist size by pulling like that, like up, and then you'll be able to get, see, like that. But you're going to like want to lean him backwards. Okay. Now, this is the trickiest part that I figured out with mine, at least. Not sure anyone might have had this, can't say it differently, but yeah. Mainly because, put this guy out like so, and then, you see the little handles? They go on the actual fists, or hands. So, do this real quick, and then just carefully put this hand on here, and then do the same thing on the other side. And don't worry, you're not going to break these. At least, normal people won't break them. So yeah, here he is like that, like he is right now, but the feet are not on the actual footrests. So all you gotta do is just move the foot up. Make sure to keep these things almost nice and soft. And bam, you do, and it looks good on here. Have Black Sun actually do that. And then all you gotta do is do the exact same thing on this side. Which, easier said than done. And then, next thing you know, you have a fully realized Black Sun. If I could just get him to almost look like he's sitting on there properly. Riding. So yeah, and then you'll be able to recreate the famous opening scene from Kamen Rider Black or Black Sun of episode 10, where it's actually a recreation of the actual Kamen Rider Black, which again, Black Sun was how I got into Kamen Rider Black. I never watched the actual original show of that. So, yeah, I actually prefer Black Sun more than I do Black. If you hate me for it, you can hate me for it. But other than that, it actually... Yeah, and then it may look wonky at first, but once you fiddle with this thing a little bit more, and the figure, it will actually look quite good. I'm just having trouble with mine at the moment. And this is why having double jointed knees for your figures is actually good. Because then, yeah, you'll be able to have this guy riding and look pretty awesome. So yeah, and it could turn, all that, and then you can even have Black Sun, like that, and then looking up. So yeah. My thoughts are very small on this figure, not really much. But as for the thumbnail, I'll actually put in one of my actual photos for this guy, and you can actually tuck this in and then extend a little bit further to actually have this thing look more natural, more flush. And then, yeah, now you have a pretty awesome, badass figure that's ready to kick ass. Which I actually like this guy, and even though I'm not going to do a size comparison with Shin Kamen Rider, I do have an interesting idea of like the canon that Shin Kamen Rider and Kamen Rider Black Sun are actually in the same universe, kind of like in some of the Showa era stuff is. So, and if you want me to make a video on that, I'll explain to you on how that happens and why Geo and Decade are actually responsible for creating what I call the Shin verse of Kamen Rider. But yeah, hopefully you all like it, and yeah. Have a great day, guys, and this is Crispin Lightning, wishing for lightning to protect you. See you around.